And welcome to my first ever video game pickup video. Now, I usually don't do pickup videos because there's really not a lot of times where in a short amount of time I will go and pick up a whole bunch of video games just because of the prices of retro games and the new games. So I actually, last month and rolling into some of this month, I just decided that I was going to look into one of the deals that GameStop was giving, and that was buy 2 PS2 games, get one free. So I did one of those, and then I looked on eBay for some really good priced PS2 games. Unfortunately, I found some, and the reason why I was really going after PS2 games was I don't have a whole lot of PS2 games, but I have a PlayStation 2, and there are so many good games out there that I really haven't played. I mean, I have your Kingdom Hearts, and I have Sonic and Jak and Daxter games, but I really was missing out on a lot of like JRPGs and just different other games that were really big on the PlayStation 2, so I decided that it would be a really good idea to go back and just pick up some games that I could find for a really good price. So without further ado, here we go. Now some of these games still have the GameStop stickers on them, and some of them don't because I took them off, but I will be taking them off eventually, of course. But this is Katanamari. This is actually, I've never played a Katanamari game before, and I've heard such good things about the games. I know that there's Touch My Katamari for the PS Vita, and a lot of people were talking about that recently, but I never played one before, and I hear you just kind of roll around and pick up everything, I guess, in a city. And there's a random rainbow and a random cow. And then there are other random little things on the back, and I've never played this game before, any of the games in the series, and I've always wanted to. And one of the main reasons why I always thought it looked so interesting was the cover art and how random it is. It's so cool looking. But yeah, I picked up Katamari. It was only $15 pre-owned at GameStop. So this is one of the ones I did in my buy two get one free deal. So check out Katamari. I will have to play it later. The next game that I have, I also picked up using that GameStop deal that they were having of buy 2 games, get one free for the PS2 games. And unfortunately, this freaking sticker left its residue on it. But either way, it is Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4. I have heard so much about this game, and mostly it's from cosplayers that I've met at conventions. They'll be cosplaying as a character from Persona 4, and I'll be like, what's your character? And then they'll tell me about Persona 4. To be honest, I'm about an hour and a half to 2 hours into the game, and there's been barely any gameplay. It's mostly just talking at this point, kind of like a visual novel, but I really, honestly, I kind of like how that's going. I haven't played a whole lot of visual novels, and I understand that they're slowly starting to come to America, like Sakura Wars, which is it's a sort of visual novel. Hakuoki, which I haven't played yet, but that came over, and that's a visual novel for the PSP. But I was really excited to pick up Persona 4. I know that there is some gameplay in there. There definitely is. It's not just a visual novel. It just starts off with a whole lot of story and a lot of character introductions, a lot of character development. But the story and just the environment is really intriguing. And you know, while for most of the first few hours of the game is just mostly talking, it just makes you want to keep going on and on and on. I have not gotten bored yet, so that's really good. And a lot of people have been telling me about Persona 4. So you don't need to play Persona 1, 2, or 3 in order to understand this one, as so I'm told. So yeah, really check out Persona 4. I believe this is still $30 used at GameStop, but it's kind of more worth it if you do the deal that I told you guys about. Plus, once the PS2 games are, you know, off the shelves at GameStop and they start becoming, you know, more and more retro, this game's probably going to be harder to find, and it's going to go up in price online. So it's probably your best bet to go with GameStop unless you can find it cheaper online. So Persona 4, pretty awesome. The next game that I got at GameStop, this was my free one, and it is Dark Cloud. I have heard tons about Dark Cloud ever since I saw it in the store, and the first time I ever saw it in the store when it was first released was, wow, that looks like Link from Legend of Zelda right there on the cover. It looks just like Link, but it's not. It's a PlayStation 2 game, so that, you know, automatically made me think, okay, it's obviously not Link. But it just kind of did the first time I saw it. But I have never played a Dark Cloud game, and I understand that there is also a sequel, Dark Cloud 2. But I will definitely start playing this one soon. A lot of people have been telling me about it. It's only $6 at GameStop pre-owned, so if you have a couple of bucks, I think it's really worth the pick up. I haven't played it yet, but for $6, for a game, that's really, really good. It does have the red Greatest Hits PlayStation 2 label on it, and usually a lot of people are pretty picky about the red labels. If there is a game copy available with the black label, I picked that one up first, but unfortunately they only had the red label on it. But it really doesn't bother me because a few of my PS2 games, like my Jak and Daxter game, they have red labels, so I'm okay with picking up red labels. I know some people aren't, but yeah, Dark Cloud, I will be playing this soon. I have two other games that I picked up. This one I picked up at Goodwill for $3, and it is Grand Theft Auto 3. Now, I actually never played a Grand Theft Auto game before, besides, watching some gameplay or watching some of my friends play it. I've never actually picked it up and played it myself. And I heard that Grand Theft Auto 3 was actually a really good one to start out with. Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2 are kind of a different style, or so I'm told. And I was kind of like, I didn't know if I was going to like it or not, just because of the style of it, and just some of the things that are in the game. But it's just this open sandbox world, and it's actually pretty fun. You pretty much get to do whatever you want. You can drive over people, which is just glorious to see. And you can go to different people who will give you missions. So if you just want to have quests and do missions, you can do those. But also at the same time, if you don't want to follow the missions, you can just go and just do whatever you want in the world. Talk to whoever you want. Destroy things with your car. So yeah, it is really fun. And also skeptical. I was like, I don't know if it's something I'm really gonna enjoy, but a lot of gamers do like this game. A lot of people are waiting for Grand Theft Auto 5, so apparently it's a big deal. So I mean, for $3, I mean, I couldn't pass it up. Definitely, it's got the black label. It's in great shape. The disc and the instruction booklet came together. So I was like, you know what, $3, I'm gonna pick it up and try it out, and I'm glad I did. I played it for about 3 hours the other night, and I was strangely really addicted. So, yep, Grand Theft Auto 3. The last PS2 game on my list is Xenosaga Episode 1, Der Welle Zermacht. I honestly don't know how to say the smaller name at the bottom, but anyway. When I first saw the game, it just, the case looks really, really awesome, so I turned it around, and there's a whole bunch of anime-styled characters, so I was thinking, JRPG, over 80 hours of gameplay, and it just looks really, really stunning, and the gameplay looks really awesome, too. Seems that there's a lot of things you can customize. But as I said, I've never played any of the Xenosaga games, so I had to start out with Episode 1. And I picked this one up for like $5 on eBay, so probably not bad. Completely complete. The case was in great shape. The disc is in great shape too, so I mean, there's nothing really to complain about. I really can't wait to play this game, but I've heard really good things, and I've also heard pretty bad things. Like, I mean, I've heard that there's extremely, like, unbelievably long cutscenes. But, other than that, I hear it's a really good game, but that's just things I've heard, so won't know until I play it. But anyway, guys, that is what I picked up in the past few weeks for the PS2, because I will be playing a little bit more, so just so you guys can see them all together. Yep, that's what I picked up. So mostly I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 3 and Persona 4, but I definitely will get to the other games. But if you guys have a comment on, like, have you guys played any of these games before, let me know how they are. Don't give me spoilers or I'll be really upset. But yeah, just let me know how the games are and if you guys have played them, or maybe some recent PS2 games y'all picked up, and feel free to also do a video responses. I also like those a lot, and I will watch them and approve them. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my very first pickup video. Don't expect a lot of these, because I really don't pick up a whole big mass of games at one time. I just happen to have a little extra money on my hands for the summer, and picked up some games that are really cheap. And just, when you go to GameStop, just really, really, like, take advantage of those sales that they have and those deals. So anyway, guys, I will talk to you later.